More than 100 years have passed since that horrific day in Amritsar. The blood has faded from the soil, the cries of the wounded have long been silenced, and General Dyer is now just a name in history. But Jallianwala Bagh is not just history. It is a symbol, a mirror held up to the face of colonialism, power, and injustice. And it matters more than ever today, because it exposes the true nature of empire. For decades, the British Empire was portrayed, especially in the West, as a force of civilization, law, and development. But Jallianwala Bagh strips that illusion bare. There were no rebels in that garden, no weapons, no threat, just ordinary people exercising their right to gather and speak. The bullets were not fired in defense, they were fired to instill fear, a message that resistance, even peaceful, would be met with bloodshed. It reminds us that colonialism was not about progress. It was about control, dominance, and the belief that one race or nation had the right to rule over others. Jallianwala still matters because it changed the course of India's freedom struggle. Before Jallianwala, many Indian leaders still hoped for reforms under British rule. After Jallianwala, those illusions were shattered. Gandhi abandoned his loyalty to the empire and began advocating for Purna Swaraj, complete independence. Tagore gave up his knighthood, marking a cultural revolt against colonial honor. And millions of Indians, even those who had once stayed silent, began to see the truth. Freedom would never be given. It had to be taken. The massacre radicalized an entire generation and became a turning point in India's struggle for independence. Jallianwala Bagh is not just a chapter in Indian history. It is part of a global pattern, where governments use force to silence dissent, where peaceful protesters are labeled as threats, where historical crimes are hidden, denied, or justified by the powerful. Whether it's a protest suppressed by violence or a truth whitewashed by textbooks, Jallianwala echoes wherever injustice is masked as order. Jallianwala still matters because justice was never served. To this day, no formal apology has been issued by the British monarchy or parliament. The massacre has been minimized or omitted in global historical discourse, and General Dyer was never tried, never imprisoned, never held accountable. The world speaks often about justice, but Jallianwala Bagh is a reminder of justice denied, and of the power structures that still protect the perpetrators of historical crimes.